Hello, my little robins, and welcome to another edition of Batman on Thrones. Today we are going to be talking a little Game of Thrones, and today's subject is who will kill the Mountain? Sir Gregor Clegane.
Does he frighten you so much?
I'd be a bloody fool if he didn't frighten me. He's freakish big and freakish strong, and quicker than you'd expect for a man of that size. Maybe I could take him. Dance around until he's so tired of hacking at me, he dropped his sword. Get him off his feet somehow. But one misstep, and I'm dead.
And that was before he was the Zombie Mountain, thanks to Qyburn, Cersei's own personal maester, or as we know him now, the Hand of the Queen. Now, before you say, well, he's a zombie, and the Mountain. How do you kill a zombie mountain? Well, as you can see here, even with Sir Gregor currently being portrayed by, and I'm going to try my best at this, Halfjord Julius Bjornsson. If you do speak any of the Northern Germanic languages, please feel free to correct my pronunciation, and give me the best phonetic spelling that you can in the comments. But even with him being portrayed by Thor Bjornsson, which translates to Bear's Son, or Son of Bear, by the way, fitting, who is currently ranked as the third strongest man in the world, killing a zombie beast like Sir Gregor is no easy task.
I choose violence.
But I do think it's safe for us to presume that the Mountain will eventually have to die. After all, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Now, I know he isn't playing to hold any thrones for himself, but as Cersei's protector, he is definitely playing the game in that respect. And I think we can gather at this point, Cersei is not going to be the winner by the end of this game. So, let's take a look at a few candidates that just might be able to carry out the job. The first candidate I have for you is Bronn. Sir Bronn now, actually. And after that first clip, you've got to be thinking, unless Bronn has turned all suicidal on us, not very likely that he'd even go after him. Well, I would say you're right. But the reason I have him listed as a possibility is because Bronn does possess the wisdom to know that you cannot just go after this guy with a sword or axe and think you're going to walk out of there alive. Even if you do manage to deliver what should be the killing blow, you could still get your head squished like a grape. But without one misstep, without one mistake, Bronn is not only a seasoned and skilled fighter, but wise enough to not make a typical cartoon bad guy mistake like Prince Oberyn did in standing too close to an almost dead mountain while trying to get a confession out of Tywin that we all knew would never come. However, the only reason for Bronn to seek out the mountain would be at the request of a friend like Tyrion or his newly found friend Sir Jaime. He's already turned down Tyrion, and that was for Tyrion's own life. I can't see him saying yes to Jaime for any reason, so I am going to rule Bronn out. The next candidate I have is Sir Jaime Lannister himself. Considering the issues Jaime has developed with Cersei over 6 seasons, definitely a discussion for its own for another time, it's not unreasonable to think that in order to get to Cersei, which Jaime just might do if he really is Valonqar, again, too deep a discussion we'll have to get into at another time. Even if he is the Valonqar, we all know he, or someone, will have to get through the mountain first to get to her. But here's the issue. Since Jaime lost his hand, and even with Bronn's help he couldn't learn how to wield a sword with his left hand, now, Jaime is no dummy, so head-to-head combat isn't how he would go after the mountain. Frankly, I don't see him going after him in any other manner either. I think that if he is the one to go from Kingslayer to Queenslayer and kill his sister, being the Valonqar, it will be as a result of someone else already getting the mountain out of his way. So I am going to rule Jaime out. In my mind, that leaves us with two possibilities. Everybody's favorite little assassin, Arya Stark of Winterfell, more recently known as No One, and the Mountain's own brother, Sandor Clegane, also known as the Hound. Both of these characters certainly have their own personal reasons for wanting to kill the Elder Clegane, but when it comes right down to it, I think the Hound has a much better case for wanting to kill his brother. I mean, he did burn half of his face off just for playing with one of his toys, and it has been the most ultimate of sibling rivalries ever since. But don't rule Arya out so quickly. Not only does she have her own reasons, but she is what I will refer to as a graduated student of the House of Black and White. She is one little badass and doesn't need to go head-to-head to carry out her intentions. I don't see her sticking him with the pointy end of needle. I think that would be a contentious attempt. But she has a skill set that would not only allow her to get close enough to do the job, but probably even knows a poison mixture or two that could bring the Mountain tumbling down. That's not even to mention, unless she adds more names to her list during Season 7, there are only 2 people left on that list of hers, Cersei and the Mountain. How robbed would we be if even more people came off her list prior to her getting the chance to be the executioner herself? Then again, maybe when it comes to the old gods, prayer works. So, my pick, and maybe it's just my hope, because it wouldn't just be some poison in a serving of Cersei meat pie, but an epic battle for the ages that I think we as fans deserve to see. Sir Sandor Clegane, the Hound. After a lifetime of putting up with Big Brother's crap, I think the old gods and the new owe this one to the Hound, who will probably also die during the battle, but not before besting his brother, finally turning that mountain into a heaping pile of valley rocks. Do you agree with my pick? Do you think it will be Arya or one of the other options I've mentioned? Or someone else entirely? Some mystery character who comes out of left field and does the impossible? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Until next time, my little robins.